What up, Sagittarius? Hey. Hey, everyone. I'm Molly. I've been a practicing psychic since 4th grade, which is over 25 years ago. This is your daily magic for Sagittarius 2026 read. Sun and Rising read for Sagittarius. I saw the Empress card when I was shuffling, when I was looking down. It really truly just feels like I'm seeing the Wizard of Oz, and I'm seeing the lion, and specifically the lion wants a heart to gain some courage. It really feels like that's the huge shift for Sagittarius, gaining heart, gaining courage, standing stronger in their energy, but more confidently, because they're standing in their energy for the correct reasons. They're standing in their energy for the correct reasons. They're doing it for themselves. They're not doing it for the applause. They're not doing it for anyone around them. They're doing it for themselves. And I feel this heavy pressure right here on the left-hand side. It's almost like feeling comfortable enough to really be this soft energy that expresses vulnerability and emotions. That's really like a big shift for Sagittarius. It's almost like Sagittarius becoming, I'm seeing like a soft, cozy, like little bear that you just want to like cuddle up against. You know, really truly opening up and allowing their emotions to flow outwardly. There's like a little bit of a resistance. It feels like it's almost like a little bit of a fear for some Sagittarius is about taking up too much space and being too vulnerable. But this is also the card of not wanting to set healthy boundaries, but it's also the card of like narcissism, needing to stand on one's 2 feet, seeing if they can do it on their own. It's this energy of they don't want to feel like the bad guy. And it's funny because I'm seeing like DreamWorks Bad Guys right now, and I'm hearing the song Bad Guys. I do not sound like Billie Eilish, but it's this energy where it's like you're not a bad guy because you set healthy boundaries. You're not a bad guy. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't rush to certain things, but it's growth over time. I think Sagittarius is going to have to go deeper within. I do think that they're going through a lot of scarcity energy. I think the scarcity energy is really hitting Sagittarius a little bit harder. I think Sagittarius have always been really good, especially in the like act of giving around like the holidays and everything. They really appreciate the energy of it most of the time. I feel like they really appreciate the energy of giving and receiving and that exchange of energy. But it's this scarcity energy of not knowing what they want in the long run, not knowing what they want in the long haul. I feel like Sagittarius energy has always been so confident, but it's like losing a little bit of confidence because they're losing a little bit of their glitter, which is why their values are changing. But values isn't the word that I'm looking for. Their necessities are changing. What they want out of life, what they want out of relationships, what they want out of certain situations, really truly taking a step back and looking at things in a different perspective. You know, that's what it is. It's the parallel parking. You're learning to parallel park, and then you park and you're like, this isn't actually where I want to be. So it's like you learn to pivot. So it's like the pivot right now. You're pivoting. You thought you were working towards what you wanted. You thought you were working towards the things that you valued, but now that your values are changing, you're like, this isn't really what I want. But Sagittarius are strong enough to change their mind. Unapologetically, may I remind you, unapologetically. So if you were working all the way over here and you decide to all of a sudden turn left for no reason, own it, because you changing your mind is what's going to bring in what you want. That scarcity energy is because you're just trying to fit in with the norm, fit in with society's standards, fit in with expectations that shouldn't even belong to you in the first place. Really, truly, it just feels like this expansion of Sagittarius is all of a sudden starting to recognize how they think about themselves versus how other people think about themselves. And the whole dynamic, it's not about pleasing other people. It's about pleasing self. You got to go in. You got to sit with your emotions. You got to feel your emotions a little bit more. You know, it's almost like this energy where they're waking up to their emotions and they're starting to look around and they're recognizing that they're getting more emotional because they're connecting to things emotionally. And they're trying to pretend they're not. They're trying to pretend they're not. And it's funny because Sagittarius, I feel like, always used to express themselves and not feel guilty about it. But now that they're feeling so deeply, Now that you're feeling so deeply, now that the energy has shifted how you're feeling, that's where it's getting difficult, because you're used to feeling, but you're not used to feeling this deeply. That's what the new thing is for you. That's what the new thing is for you. So as you take bets on yourself, as you walk away from people, you feel it more intensely. You feel it more deeply. Don't do things to impress other people. Do things to impress yourself. This is the season of Sagittarius is impressing themselves. I'm not trying to impress that person. I'm not trying to impress that person. I'm not trying to impress that person so when they look me up, they see where I'm at now. I'm just doing it for myself, because doing it for myself is actually so much more empowering than when I was doing it for other people. And it's more authentic. So it's moving into the authenticity of yourself, because you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else. Authenticity. Doing it for yourself. Doing it for yourself. I love you, friends. Keep going, Sagittarius.